Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the Tier 9 Japanese aircraft carrier, the Taiho, and I'm using these modules and commander skills. I like the Taiho. I think that she is the strongest carrier that I enjoy playing because the Hakuryu runs into those Tier 10 triple divisions with carriers and as a result the games aren't as fun. Although one thing is odd in this match though. Look at the minimap, look at where I spawned. I spawned completely off from the team. But regardless, it's a standard battle on the map Islands of Ice, and I start sailing south, pretty much directly. I group up my torpedo bombers and I'm gonna go try to find a ship to pick off. You see, the enemy team has 5 destroyers, however, I'm not quite certain if I can actually hit the destroyer at this stage of the game because this isn't domination mode, which means they don't have to push into some kind of a cap zone or similar, so destroyers might simply be running around randomly. So it's much more likely I'm gonna find a big ship instead. But I'll be happy with anything, because if I can strike before enemy fighters come, that would be good enough. Oh, okay, so I found the gearing. Hello, let's spread. Okay, he used defensive fire, so I guess I cannot drop on him anyway. So I'll just pull my planes back. I lost one plane, unfortunately, but well, the rest are still alive, so it's alright. And the enemy fighter is also around, so this is not nearly as good for me as I had thought. So I'm gonna think of pulling my planes elsewhere, and I'll spread my fighters around on the team, hoping that I'll be able to catch his strike instead. Where should I go now? Okay, there's a Tirpitz over there. That would be a decent place to go to, I suppose. Or maybe not, because there's a plane plus a Moines, so yeah, that is definitely not a good place. So maybe I'll try dropping on that Edinburgh, where I was earlier. Yep, okay, he's too close to the island, but maybe oh, there's North Carolina behind her. Okay, maybe that is actually a decent choice. I'll try dropping on this North Carolina. I'm not sure if I can drop from here. I'll try from far away, but I think some of the torpedoes will not activate. Okay. Well, I hit 5 of them. I think that's good enough. Now I'll bring my dive bombers around. By the way, if you look at the minimap, you'll see... So I deal with the fighters here, but if you look at the minimap, the enemy carrier is actually doing a strike on my blob. Now, if I were, paying attention on that side, I could have, Okay, so I notice right now that the planes are there, but unfortunately that's a bit too late. So I wasn't really able to protect them, but look at this. Only 5 planes survived the entire thing, because he struck the big blob. So it's kind of alright. But still, if I wanted to play better, I would try to not get hit by that. So I'm gonna drop on this North Carolina that's slowly reversing. That got flooding earlier. By the way, if you can't actually see the drop circles with it, that's because they are really faint. I had a hard time seeing it during the game and as well. And on YouTube they might literally not even appear because of the lower quality that YouTube re-encodes into. So the North Carolina is burning, damage is being dealt, that's good enough. I think the next target will be this Tirpitz at the bottom, I'll try at least. But yeah, I really wish I had still tried to protect my team with the fighters at that moment, but it didn't seem like that strike was very successful anyway, since the torpedo bombers were completely dodged, it seemed. Also, some people will probably commentate, but you say this while you let it happen, but that's because the commentary is after the game. I didn't notice it at the time, which is why I didn't do anything about it. So they are pushing from the southern side. We are for some reason apparently pushing into them, which I think is actually a bad idea considering we have less ships. But that Tirpitz seems to be off on their own, so I might be able to do a decent hit. Although I'll be honest, I think the fight at the top is a bit of a bad idea. We have 2 battleships, 2 destroyers over there against 1 cruiser and 2 destroyers, which means the fight elsewhere, which is at the bottom, is going much more poorly than I would like it to go, because the other team is at the top. Okay, so the Tirpitz is trying to do evasive maneuvers. Okay, there's a Bismarck as well. Wait, okay, I thought they already shot 1 squadron down. I kinda messed up on the drop. And look, oh, by the way, you don't even see the drop circles. Nice. I don't, like, there are no drop circles. Nice game, guys. Nice game, Wargaming. Okay, well, I hit some torpedoes. I think I'll be 5 hits. Yep, 5 torpedo hits, no floodings. 5 torpedo hits, no floodings against the Tirpitz. German battleships aren't exactly known for their torpedo bulges, right? Then why? Okay, so this Missouri is being attacked, but the enemy carrier actually is doing... he didn't go all together, so there was no easy strafe. But I did still get 7 planes from it. And now I'll just clean up the rest. I did get 2 fires on the Tirpitz, but because I didn't actually get the floodings earlier, that's not gonna stick. So, this is actually a bit of a problem. My ship's positioning is problematic because they might actually push into me, and the DDs might spot me, and then the battleships behind could potentially take me out. Okay, so the enemy carrier is coming for a fight. I'll do a head-on strafe. I only got 1 plane. Oh well. Although the sad part is that that fighter is probably going to die, because I am out of ammunition. Okay. Carrier turning slowly. I'm spotted by planes, which means the destroyer is probably gonna start rushing in my direction soon. There might also be some strong shells incoming. The unfortunate thing is that I pretty much have to show them broadside if I start running. Otherwise I will run into the border and, I can't run away while at the border. So I'm gonna try keeping a fighter squadron around to be able to take out the planes if there are any that will spot me. Okay, so enemy fighters there. I was hoping that he wouldn't notice them, but it seems he has. Now, my priority here is to take out the battleships, because they are the ones that will actually deal the significant damage. Also, Jesus Christ, I'm losing so many planes to a damn Bismarck and Tirpitz. They are not exactly known for their anti-air. Also, I think I dropped too close. Okay, never mind. The unfortunate thing with dropping is that even on battleships, rudder shift isn't exactly a very long thing. Like, it doesn't take a long time to do rudder shift. And when the rudder shift is not fully active, then you don't notice the turn nearly as easily. Which means that you don't always know fully when they are turning or not. Wow, I just got incredibly lucky. 2 fires and 2 bombs. That's really, really lucky. And unfortunately I think I'm out of dive bombers now, because that fighter will likely deal significant damage to them. So one of the DDs, I think it's the Z-23 that's spotting me, but this Bismarck should die or at least get very low. So the Bismarck is shooting at me, so I'm gonna try to evade at least a little bit. I'm gonna turn to the right. Basically the idea is to try to not get citadeled, because being citadeled will be very problematic. If I could, I think my priority should be on killing this Z-23 now. Because she's obviously the one that's spotting me, and I'm gonna be unable to kill all the battleships. The Tirpitz would be a fine one, but there is a Des Moines with a Missouri next to it. I don't think I can drop on that group of 2 ships. So instead I'm gonna try taking out this Z-23 to get into a safer position myself. Although, I really dislike dropping on destroyers. Okay, he slowed down, so maybe it's alright. By the way, again, still can't see the... even the green one is like barely visible. Look at this, look, can you see... Did you see the drop indicator earlier? I barely saw anything. Okay, so I hit one of the torpedoes. Let's hope I can get another one. Come on. Excellent. 2 more, and goodbye. So, 1 torpedo bomber. Now, I make a mistake here, at least in retrospect, I think it's a mistake. I think I try using this 1 squadron to try to strike the Tirpitz alone, which is a mistake. I should have just waited. Because apparently these guys do have anti-air, and you saw earlier how they took planes out. Not to mention I can't get the flooding anyway, so it's gonna be an issue. Look, I lost already 1 plane. I lost 2 planes. This is a ship that's 2 tiers lower and isn't supposed to have strong anti-air. And he already shot down 2 planes. And now I'm gonna get like... yeah, exactly that. Okay, let's see. Did this actually... nope, the drop didn't actually panic. I don't understand why they can't fix that one either. You have a... this torpedo bomber squadron was clearly panicked. Why was there no panic actually in the drop though? I don't understand. This is a bug that's been around for... I don't know. I would say this bug has been around for like a year, maybe longer. Yet they still have not fixed that one. I don't understand. This actually made this drop successful, otherwise it would have hit like maximum 1 torpedo, if even that. Unfortunately, follow-up with TIE bombers did not get the fire, so that gave me nothing, and if I were to drop with these torpedo bombers on the Tirpitz, I could probably finish her, but the problem is that I need to do something about this Akizuki, because she is capping, and she is inside the smokescreen. And there isn't all that much I can do about it, and there is no other ship that can do much about it, except, wait, we have a Missouri, but I don't know if she has radar, or if she is even in range. So I'm gonna instead just sit here and wait for the Akizuki to appear. Because if they actually take our cap zone, then it's a loss. And trying to protect against that is more important than trying to take out that Tirpitz, at least I think at this moment. Now, I don't need to kill the Akizuki. What I need to do is make sure that I hit her at least once. Also, I took the other squadron here to, maybe try to get the flooding. But again, 2 of the planes were shot down by the Tirpitz anti-air. And this is a damaged one. This isn't like a full HP one. Like, she should have lost some AA guns. But apparently that's still good enough to shoot down the squadron. Okay, so there is the Akizuki. I need to do something about this now. I need to hit this guy, or at least the Missouri needs to hit her. Okay, the Missouri hit her, so actually dropping on this Akizuki is not as important anymore. I could take these and go for the Tirpitz. But the thing is that we need to actually take this Akizuki out before the her smoke reloads. Okay. The enemy fighter is coming to try to push me off, plus it's inside the anti-air of an Akizuki, which means I don't want to really fight there, but I am willing to fight in the anti-air of a Missouri. Now, the enemy fighters are trying to block my torpedo bomber, so I guess I'm gonna just go and try dropping on the Akizuki. Since now I had 2 torpedo bomber squadrons at the same time, I can do a cross drop. Now, my worry is that if I don't take out the Akizuki very, very soon, she's gonna hug that Des Moines, and that Des Moines is gonna effectively block me so hard that I won't be able to do anything. Because if you have almost any anti-air upgrades, it's virtually impossible for a carrier to successfully strike you. Okay, actually it seems these strikes are successful even though I didn't even cross-drop. Hello, Akizuki. And both hit, so she has 700 HP. I hope the emissary will be able to finish her off at this point. Yep. Although I'm not even sure if that was necessary because she only had 29 HP. Okay, so there's only 4 minutes left, and that Tirpitz is still alive. And there is a Des Moines. I tried defending this Missouri as hard as I can, but I don't think I can do anything about this. I'll try panicking as much as I can. You know, I took one squadron out, but look, the panic didn't set in for some reason. The torpedoes dropped without panic. I'll try taking out as many of these fighter planes as I can. Also, I just strafed the squadrons and only one plane died. Whatever. I'll try finishing this Tirpitz because we are behind in points now. Now, the thing is, they have a Taiho, Des Moines, and we have a Bismarck and a Taiho. And the Taiho seems to be close to this Tirpitz. Which means that the Taiho's anti-air is actually gonna kick in here very, very soon. And I'm not sure if I can actually do this drop here properly. At least, you know, kill in a way that will kill this Tirpitz. Maybe I should have waited with my torpedo bombers, but I got worried by the fact that the Taiho is there. And you know, if the Tirpitz hugs the Taiho, I can't drop on that guy either, because the Taiho has enough anti-air to ward off all my planes at this stage of the game. So I'm thinking that I should probably bring a fighter squadron to the Bismarck that's gonna start capping soon, and I might actually have to try to drop on this Des Moines to decap, because that's pretty much the only way I can see us winning, by capping. Or if the Des Moines leaves the cap zone, that's fine as well. But you know, right now they are ahead. Even if I kill this Tirpitz, they will still be ahead. And I don't know if we can actually do anything about it anymore at this stage. Now, it might be if I get like if the Des Moines doesn't murder my planes here, and we get the kill. Yep, defensive fire, nope. Get out immediately, because the Des Moines with defensive fire has like 1500 damage per second. Which is an insane amount, and well, there goes my torpedo bombers, so I only have 2 left, and I don't think I can finish that Tirpitz. But let's say that I went for the Tirpitz instead of the Des Moines. Would that help us win the game? Probably not, because while the Des Moines did leave the cap zone, and we might get ahead if we kill the Tirpitz in terms of points, but there's still 90 seconds to go, and I'm not quite certain if this guy can survive for 90 seconds. And if this Bismarck goes down, then the chance of victory is 0. Because I obviously cannot kill either the Taiho or the Des Moines. So I'll try to defend him as much as I can, but the strafe kinda messed up. But you know, it's not even the planes that will kill her, it'll be the Des Moines, because she has pretty good damage per minute. Plus there is a Tirpitz also shooting. That guy has 9,000 health left. This guy has 19,000 health left. There's 35 seconds to go. I'll focus on the torpedo bombers because they are more likely to deal significant damage. Also, I did get the strafe. I got a nice strafe in, but 2 torpedo bombers only died, and you know, the dive bombers plus Des Moines finished off the Bismarck, which means the chance of victory is 0 anyway, even if I were able to kill the enemy Tirpitz. It's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, I tried hard. Didn't work. Oh well. Honestly, I would say the biggest thing was the team play. I think the enemy team had better team play. And by team play, I mean they blobbed better. So, devastating strike, high caliber, 204,000 damage. 1315 base experience, while the enemy Taiho got 1379. I shut down more planes as well, so I think it's very likely that I did slightly more than the enemy carrier, and it's not exactly on me that we lost the game. But to be honest, the enemy Moines played very well, so I'm gonna compliment him, and I think that Tirpitz played really well by dodging, and it seems he has an anti-air build, which is why he shot down so many planes. But I would say that the main reason why we lost is the fact that we didn't blob as hard as they did. We sent too many ships to the northern side of the map. The Bismarck at the end that we saw that was still alive was the Bismarck that went to the north at first, with that other battleship and 2 destroyers. Like, we didn't win north hard enough to warrant the fact that our southern side was much weaker and lost more ships there. Although maybe if somebody had taken out the Des Moines earlier, this could have been different, because I'm quite certain that Des Moines had significant effect with anti-air on actually, shooting down planes, because Des Moines has a significant amount of anti-air to 7.2 kilometers. That's sometimes hard to notice as a carrier, because it's pretty much a cruiser shooting you from off-screen. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then like it, and I would like to thank the Patreons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Martin Wolf, and I hope I see you guys next time.